South Korea faces concerns over future U.S. relations under Trump. Political science professor Robert Kelly from Pusan National University suggests that Donald Trump's return to the White House raises various concerns for South Korea. Trump's victory is backed by both the electoral and popular vote, along with significant support from the Republican Party, which is likely to gain control over both chambers of Congress. This would grant Trump considerable leeway in implementing foreign policies, with minimal opposition. While global attention is focused on Europe due to Trump's proposed cuts in aid to Ukraine, Professor Kelly argues that South Korea is set to be most impacted by any shifts in U.S. foreign policy. During his first term, Trump often expressed dissatisfaction with South Korea, with former national security officials noting that he did not get along with then-President Moon Jae-in. Trump even openly threatened to end the alliance if re-elected in 2020 and frequently complained about the high cost of U.S. South Korea joint military exercises. In contrast, Trump showed a favorable disposition toward North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, holding 2 summits with him, though these meetings brought no significant progress toward denuclearization. According to Professor Kelly, Trump may seek to rekindle this relationship, potentially leading to a situation where the U.S. favors an adversarial nation over an ally. #the challenge ahead for South Korea. Trump is well known for demanding that U.S. allies pay for the presence of American troops who ensure their security. Recently, he described South Korea as a money machine and hinted at raising the fees the country must pay if it wants to maintain the U.S. military presence there. Unlike NATO, which can collectively resist Trump's demands, South Korea is in a much more vulnerable position. It is geographically close to nuclear-armed North Korea, and its relationship with Japan, another U.S. ally, remains strained due to historical issues from World War II. Seoul may have to face possible pressure from Washington alone in the coming years. This situation could lead to a domestic political crisis. Conservative factions supporting the U.S.-South Korea alliance might be willing to agree to higher financial contributions to preserve the relationship. However, this stance is likely to draw criticism from opposition groups and the public, who could view it as a sign of weakness. With President Yoon Suk-yeol's approval rating currently around 19%, he may face considerable domestic challenges. Developing nuclear weapons for self-defense. A contemplated solution? If South Korea chooses not to meet Trump's financial demands, an alternative could be distancing itself from the U.S. and pursuing its own nuclear weapons for self-defense. Public opinion in South Korea increasingly favors this option, although South Korean leaders worry about severe backlash from both the U.S. and China. Under Trump, the security guarantees offered by the U.S. could become less reliable. While President Joe Biden's commitment to defending South Korea has kept Seoul from pursuing nuclear weapons, a shift in commitment under Trump could push South Korea to reconsider its own security measures. Getting close to Trump to minimize risk. There is no clear evidence that Trump's stance towards South Korea and North Korea has changed since his first term. However, Trump may instead focus on global hotspots like Ukraine and the Middle East, paying less attention to the Korean peninsula. In an effort to keep relations stable, President Yoon has taken the initiative to maintain communication. Recently, he held a phone call with Trump right after his election victory, expressing a desire for cooperation and optimism that the 2 countries would work well together moving forward. President Yoon seems to be working to establish a personal rapport with Trump. Should he succeed, he might avoid the confrontations his predecessor experienced.